Alright. So I was creating a ship mind. I was buying fragments, right? And then I was putting them together here, correct? And I have to give it to this lady. I don't know if it is an either or an and situation. Can I give it to him, Neowind, and then give it to her as well with Neowind inside there? I don't know, maybe. Then there is this stuff. Like, how much time is left here? One more day, maybe? It says just unavailable. But I think it's one more day. You know what? Let's rest. We already gave ourselves our insulin shot or whatever. We'll end our cycle, get our damn dice, and get rolling, man. There you go. Food going down. Okay, some rolls. That's fine. Some low rolls. Oh. Ethan. Who the hell are you? Cynical bounty hunter. Excuse me. Hold it there, sleeper. Comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. Alright. Good. A hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. Ethan spins you around. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he is terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put. He laughs a cruel laugh. That's a sleeper thing. You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed a handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. I should have just run, eh? Then he would have shot me. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out from his belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off god-forsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Who are you? Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over to slide the rings around your wrists. Go easy. I'm gonna make a break for it. You see a chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Then the shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes in the wall beside your head. You freeze and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine, trust me, I've seen it all before. He slips the rings over your trembling wrists. Okay. Ethan nudges you to start walking. To the ship and home, he whistles. Going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. We can work this out, man. Can we? I don't see much in the way of assets in your possession. Yeah. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Came to come all the way out here just to head back to SNR right away. The tracker of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you would put up a bit more of chase, you know, a running battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walk on in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That SNR tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I am buying. He laughs at his own joke. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, Mrs. Ethan, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we are heading for the exit. He pauses, and you trudge on in silence. Okay, so he's just a damn boundary hunter. I gotta like kill him or something. I don't know. Okay, here's the idea. Starts Ethan. You and me make a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns you to face him. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme or you try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles. You come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles and you pay me a tab, I don't shoot you. He pauses. You don't pay my tab, he rattles his handgun. You get the idea. Okay, I need to get rid of this damn tracker. I get it. Okay then, that sounds to me like a deal. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something in at his belt and the rings release from your wrists. I'm going to see if I can find my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you gonna do? We got a new drive, we gotta get rid of this asshole. Pay Ethan's tab. Maybe if you manage to pay his tab, Ethan will leave you alone. Wistful thinking perhaps, but what else can you do? Wait for Ethan to run up a tab. I have to pay for whatever money he spends, huh? Hey Feng, can you help me out here? As you arrive, Feng comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Go where? To see Hard and Hurst. He gives you a sideways glance. Isn't that what you are here for? He steps into the passageway, guiding you down ring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. The data you ripped, well done by the way, he grins, tells me Harden is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. What the hell is a sidereal horizon? It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn onto a dimly lit side passage. Sidereal horizon. Still catching up? That's the massive colony ship being built out in the shipyard. Biggest commission Hargrave ever had. Okay. Right. So Hargrave owns a shipyard or something? Right, right. And then they're building this, he's come to inspect it, so he'll not be in his home, protected. Okay. Peng slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where somewhere in the black, a water pipe drips. It's him, sleeper, the same Harden Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records and mentioned him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He rode out the whole thing, slipped into Hargrave, Haven Age when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It was like Solheim was here, running the station one day, and the next, Erlin's Union took power. It wasn't like that, okay? Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them as the palladium market collapsed, and they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while this severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. I mean, yeah, they were making them work extra, carry extra stuff, because I guess profits were way down. People like to tell stories about Erlin, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, curved out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock, while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back, Fritz. His father died. Feng pauses in the dark. They sealed it up though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black, apart. Feng turns back towards you now, his eyes burning. From shits like Harden, shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. Feng starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time his past catches up with him. Okay. So he has a vendetta because his father was killed because of that. His mother probably suffered a lot. He suffered a lot. And how is he still alive? Clearly you don't know how much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Peng rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Though through the ceiling you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. Well, let's go. He's not gonna stop. Peng grins. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors leads through the complex, snatches of the construction bays always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal imposing, being built. Peng seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock locked to one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sounds is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Feng spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across a gantry, and at front two men, one gesturing towards the ship and the other stick-thin, cleanly dressed with a shock of grey hair. Arden. You and Feng say his name in unison, and Feng sets off up the staircase to the gantry, with you following behind. Is there some plan, or are we just gonna like die here? As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer. The foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Harden nodding along. Harden Hurst, Feng shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes, this is Harden. Senior Havange member, also was part of the old Solheim. Yes, Harden asks, quizzically raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Feng, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You are a traitor, Harden, a Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Feng's voice is steady, strong, so he's relying on people still being angry about that. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erlin stood for, everything Havan stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Harden laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, the others nervous. You are from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Harden, inspecting Feng's clothing. Feng turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Feng and Harden, his hands drumming at his sides. Harden leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. I mean, he has got power here, but I need to help him, I guess. I don't know. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Feng and Harden, his hands drumming at his sides. Harden leans towards him with something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. As he begins speaking, Harden turns his attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent? And what are you if not exactly that? He looks around at the group who are already eyeing you up with suspicion. You are a product of Espen Arp. You have no place in Havan shipyards. Who knows what signals you are sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through the group. Great. Feng holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right, I am systems. And I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I am asking you to take this man into the custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Arden's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for a proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sound of boots on walkways coming from all angles at once and then settling behind you. Okay, so his guards have come. Please, says Harden, submit the data through the correct channels and then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Feng spits. Harden, you shithead. You can't wiggle out of this one. A security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Feng turns and stares him down. Let's not fight. There's like hundreds of them. Calm down. You look at Feng. He shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Feng, and he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Feng picks up the pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Feng is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pockets and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a points around the ring. Got him, mutters Feng. What, he stole something? What is that? That, Sleeper, is something our worm added to Harden's personal slate. We are tracking his outgoing messages. Feng's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of the screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they'll give the game away. Okay. So he scared him, then he put a freaking tracker on his personal communication. So when he sends a message to his corporate masters, everyone will see exactly what he's doing. He jabs at the slate and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring. Lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, these are Harden's buddies, and ones he's messaging right now. And we are going to find them all. So that was on purpose. Of course, Harden isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Feng glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. You better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Feng drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. You didn't pay me. Oh, you did pay me. I got an upgrade point. Okay. So that is extract the past. Harden's associates have revealed themselves, time to track them down. And I have an upgrade. I can, you know what, +1 into it. Approach problems with awareness. Oh, I got awareness now. Merchant freighter. Now this is +1 engage. I don't have the cryo right now to buy this. Interesting. Do we have anything going on here? What other missions do we have? So Hunter is still tracking us. This place needs... Okay, we need Yatagan. Okay, so we do need Yatagan data for her. Here we can play some games or stuff. Okay, I don't really see myself making a lot of money there. Compressor Club. Ethan's tab. You see Ethan at a distance shouting from the bar for more drinks. This bill isn't going to be small, is it? Oh, great. Yeah, we need to get the damn tracker out. Out of the office. Ever since your trip to shipyard, Frank has been missing from his bay. What's going on? Bro, you know how much of a tab I'm building up here? Crazy, man. All, I mean, I need food. Start with that. Heat up. Energy and fungus fan. Now we can also explore this place. Now that we have into it. Right? Plus plus poke climber. A plus plus poke climber with engage. Well, this one is just risky and I lose energy. Yeah, why would I not just do this? Oh, it's -1, that's why. Okay. Do I want to enter the spoke? Or do I want to work at the shipyard? I mean, I've already begun working at a shipyard. Yard hand energy, yard hand condition. I would rather do this. Assist a shipbuilder. It's a sure thing. 5 yard hand, 5 cryo. Yeah, it doesn't really give me a lot of money, but do work as much as I can. So it's risky. I might lose energy here. Let's try it. If I get a neutral outcome, I'll be fine. Neutral outcome plus yard hand. There you go. So now I've got to know the shipyard's people. Worker and daughter, Havanj offices. Administration for the shipyard. Tracking Yatagan. A slate in the office advertises that Havanj are looking for informants on gang activity in the eye. They'll pay. Sophisticated tech is rare on the eye, so shipyard is happy to pay for ship mine fragments they can dismantle and reuse. So I can sell stuff here, okay. Or there is unit assembly, side real horizon assembly line. So I can get cryo. Oh, okay, I can get money here. Systems fitting. The side real horizon is webbed with complex systems bundled like nerves in a body. Your job is to lay these systems in. Systems team is looking for a new member. Prove yourself reliable tech and you're moving in. A structural fitting. The side real horizon is assembled block by block. You earned a place on the teams welding those blocks together. You have a slot supporting the weld team. A good place to prove you know how to put a ship together. Quality control. Shipbuilding spots on the side real horizon are hard to come by. Poor work will get you dropped from the roster. Okay. So I can get work there. What about Lem and Havanj construction yards? From the walkway, the side real horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames. All along her flanks, torches flicker. Drones maneuver, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. Right? It's a big ship. Lem and Mina. It's a small child. What the hell? Shipyard worker and his daughter. And his daughter, yeah. He's quite beautiful, I think. You turn to see a figure a little way down the walkway, leaning at the railing. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. The torches of the sidereal horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lem. He leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out at the ship. And this is Mina, he adds with a smile. Hi, Mina. She stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. She's a little slow to trust, aren't you, Mina? She buries her face in the folds of his overalls. Parents like their kids being referenced, you know. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling around among the rough material. You working on her then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing to the vast ship, or just admiring. He shifts Mina's weight to the other arm. I mean, I will start working. Me too, me too. He flashes a Havanj pass. I knew it to just look at you. I mean, he stumbles a little over his words, not wanting to be misunderstood. I mean, you look like a worker. She's Mina's and my ticket out of this place. Our escape vector, so to speak. How? You haven't heard. Anyone who takes a Havanj contract on the sidereal horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support cruise. He smiles. We won't get to sleep the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall on a new world, he winks. Transit support. Someone needs to stay awake to keep the thing running. He straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Celis Foundation is sending thousands out to settle a system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It will be a totally independent colony, no surrogacy, no corporates. It's being built here. What is the Celis Foundation? They are Havanj client. Yes, some wealthy project from the core systems interested in independence and self-sufficiency and all that. They hired the whole shipyard out, helped rekit it and everything. He strokes Mina's hair. Someone else's dream, I suppose, but doesn't mean people like me and Mina can't tag along. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy, she whispers. Food. Pulling an exaggerated grumpy face. She glances furtively at you and she plays with a set of dog tags that hangs from Lem's neck. I'm just chatting a little, Meanie. Give Daddy a sec. He turns back to you and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not on the Havanch crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. For sure. He looks out at the sidereal horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches from the vast hull. We've got a holdout, okay? You aren't quite sure if he's talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously. You agree, Mina? She straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me, she says it stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lem smiles and lifts Mina. That's it. We hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. We're just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side, and she clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. He pats her back. Maybe see you on a shift, huh? He turns and they walk down the walkway away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot. I am a robot now. Her shouts echoes down the walkway and she flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Lem. You watch them a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of the sidereal horizon. A ticket out. New drive discovered. Build a ship mine, disable your tracker. Help Feng chase his leads. Free Neowind. Buy or build Neowind. A ship mind. Fix her ship mind. Sabine is involved, extract this data for her, bring Emphis, Girol caps, pay his tab, win a sidereal ticket. Workers on the sidereal crew get entered into a draw for the colony ship's live-in crew. That's one way out of the eye and into a new life. If I can get that, that helps me out as well. So she needs what? Yatagan data, right? Does Yatagan have any agents around here I can grab? That's a Havranj agent, that's a keynote, there's a Yatagan agent right there. Some gang and forces implants are chirping out comm signals. What are you talking about, Yatagan people? Neutral outcome, we got some Yatagan data. The hunter is catching on, but he'll take some time. Are you Yatagan? You are Yatagan. 1 and 3? God damn it, I have a 2. Well, what am I gonna do with the damn 2? There's another key node. I guess I can just grab a key. It mines cryo. Maybe I can get cryo from this. 1 encrypted key. God damn it, I don't want an encrypted key. So what am I gonna do with encrypted keys? There's also an Havanch agent. Broadcasting on the open network, leaving them open to hacking. We can get some Havanch data. Yatagan data, encrypted keys. Another Havanch agent here as well. Broadcasting on the open network. Another key node, huh? Personal terminal is empty apart from a single high-level encryption locked behind access protocols. Yeah, I'm working on it. We still have low end. I haven't really explored low end at all. I mean, I have done a little bit, but you know, not much. Install Sabine surgery. I can still go and just buy. Extremely expensive. Or at exchange, I can gain cryo there, or I can, you know what? Let's sell all these components. We need the money. We can get 24 at least, so we are at 48. Yeah, we're gonna need a little more. We're gonna need 60 if we're gonna buy this, and I do wanna buy it. Seems like the only real way. We can try and get work over here. Alternatively, we can sell data. I have Yatagan data on me. I don't want to sell it though. There's only 3 available. I need to give it to her. I need to upload Yatagan data there. Yatagan hacked. It's not data on Yatagan activity, so we might be able to bargain for her freedom. Well, let's hope. Well, another day, another ending of the cycle. We should still have all our dice, so it'll be good to work. Yeah. Okay, all good. Okay, dice rolls. First of all, Yatagan agent, hello. A 1 or a 3? I do have a 3. I don't really want to spend a 3 though. Are you also Yatagan? You are also Yatagan. 1, 3. I have 2s, man. Right. We'll extract out the Yatagan data. Hello, Hunter. Those familiar threads wrap around you, bind you, test you. Entity, submit. Hunter's strange head bobs in your vision. Your ally in the sealed dock cannot save you. In that globed head, you see whirling strings of data, so many spinning there that they threaten to tear through the skin and rip out into the void around. What happened to this creature? The threads squeeze you and you lose any sympathy you might have had. You must escape. Strike. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severing threads that regrow as fast as they are broken. As you slip away, you realize you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once and for all. This is getting too dangerous. Oh my god. Yeah, he destroys me every time he touches me. It's horrible. Okay, but Yatagan is now hacked. Boom. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yatagan data uploaded, the air crackles with white noise. Sleeper, Sabine's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze. Sabine? A sigh of relief comes through the layers of noise. The call must be coming in from somewhere on the station. This has to be short. I don't know if Yatagan are monitoring me. The voice is hushed, distant. You try to focus on it. The data you've been bringing in from Yatagan's agents, there's something in it I don't understand. A shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is all gleaned from their implants, records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants and I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of the noise, like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabine re-emerges. Has to be somehow backed into their wetwares interface. And that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. Wait, why? Every Yatagan enforcer is equipped with black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on their enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why, I can't tell. But I can promise you these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on. The background tone switches, dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yatagan could have a mutiny on their hands. You lean towards the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine's faint voice. I need a few cycles to pull all this together, but this might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my debt. Yannick? He is one of the heads of the Yatagan. They pause. It is better you don't know him. Keep it that way. Suddenly a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice is suddenly whispered, panicked. I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. Then the sharp crack of a disconnect and silence fills the apartment. You step back from the terminal. What does Yatagan have to gain from monitoring its own members? Yeah. You try to recall what you know about the gang, but you have little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabine's minder, his mirrored teardrop implants set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering, and more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflectively rub your forehead, trying to think, can you really trust Sabine? How did they come to be Yatagan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition they gave you when they first met you. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridor of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. Hmm. Right, but we are done there. We have to just wait. Painful patience. Waiting for Sabine to be ready makes you anxious if Yatakan finds out what they are up to. It'll be bad. Tell you that much. We're not getting a ship mind here, but we do desperately need money. I know I can get money by the Yatagan agents. Not her branch, not her branch. This is all done. We have 2 Harvan's agents still broadcasting, but we don't care about them. We have a keynote we can hack. Another Yatagan agent as well. So 1 or a 3. I'm gonna have to put a 3 in there. I hate it, but ooh, a little bit of money. And I can grab the Yatagan data, which I can then sell to her branch office. Hopefully they pay well for this. There you go. 10? Oh shit's nothing. Ah, but 63 does allow me to purchase. Is it gone? Oh, it's just another one here. Buy some scrap. Most of what comes in from the stalwart's belt is crowded trash, but this guy has some scrap. The freighter crew are eager to get their payload into the Ort exchange, and they'll pay a wage to anyone willing to help them. Scrap allowance. The big stuff goes to the shipyard, but the valuable stuff to the market. So let you buy a few crates, but not much more. So I can buy scrap for 20. I can only sell it for 12 though. So I lose money on every buy. I can get what 30, but for endurance. I don't really have endurance. It's not my thing, you know. But I can do work in unit assembly here. Yeah, this is safe too. It's also safe. Huh. I mean, I like to do structural. I'm an engineer. So let's put some work in here. Well, cryo, random scrap item, good. So making money. 3 is any good. Positive outcome, welder's mate, and more cryo. Another 3. Negative outcome, 12 cryo, but I'm losing quality control. Shit. Okay. Well, I got some money anyway. I got 99. Plus we can sell scrap, which is what we will do. I know we can use it to repair ourselves if we get the points. Oh wait, not this. Port exchange. So we'll sell some components. It's stacking up money, that's good. Unit low end district. Yeah, and then this allows me to go ahead if I can pay 150. Founder's Gap can take me to the other place, but I don't know about going there right now. It's like I have a lot to do here itself, so we'll end our cycle. The bounty hunter is there. He's gonna want a cut soon of all my money that I've made. It's my money. I paid for it. Now can I do eat as well? Yeah. And I can insert more stabilizer. Because then I'll only have 3 dice. Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw in some stabilizer. Boom. Condition stabilized, body repaired. There you go. Okay, so we can put in some shifts here. Can get a nice 6. You know what? There's no need to waste that here. A 5 is well enough. There you go. And then if this works, I become a welder's mate. Boom. Wait, I'm not a welder's mate? Alright, well fucking make me one then. Positive outcome plus 12, welder's mate. You have a spot supporting the weld team. Good place. There you go. Shipyard, Havan's construction yards. Each shifts, a crowd of would-be workers gathers outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to 4-digit number printed on the receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and chatter rumbles through the lines. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work teams, shifts are guaranteed. Hey, look at that. Having just walked out of a meeting with the supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, Lem Emila. Hey, sleeper, wait up. Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina carrying in his arms. Trembles, he didn't get it, did he? Lem, good to see you, friend. He is breathing hard after shouting, shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team, good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her, and he and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side. Shiny streaks down both her cheeks. As he does, you see he is clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper, so he still hasn't gotten it. Is Mina okay? She's good. We just had to rush up here. He puts his hand on her shoulder as she clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. He stretches. I don't know. A noise sounds from the entrance, a klaxon followed by a list of numbers glowing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry checkpoint. Lem stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's my number. Shit, Mina. He starts patting the pockets on his gear and glancing around. Go, I'll watch her. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you. He crouches to Mina. You are going to stay with our friend here, okay? They're going to keep you safe, and he stands back up. Here, take her bag. He shoves it into your hand. She's got food, she's got Shit, I have to go. He backs away into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lem disappears into the roiling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. Okay, so he has been selected. Good. Mina stands staring, suddenly small, without Lem at her side, and fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds the stare unmoving. The two parallel tear tracks still glint on her cheeks. Okay, what's in the bag? You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside is a rugged rabbit. Hands soon. Take the rabbit. You pull out the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grabs it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. What's their name? Mina turns away and looks at the entrance of the shipyard. This isn't going well. Give her the rabbit. You hold the rabbit out and Mina snatches it from your hands. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring you down, ferocious despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. He waggles Bun Bun in front of you and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes your arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? Sort of. Yeah, she thinks. Me too. Mina has more questions. Me too. How is she a robot? Lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust. But before long, you are talking about rabbits and what Esther, the lady who usually takes hers, smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the ice heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. People are playing with the rabbit? Alright. And this is how Lem finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He is dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. You two get on okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. More than okay. Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, her suspicion gone. Well, 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 looks like Meanie can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend, I mean it. He gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe you. Look, he glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. He grins sheepishly. If you have time. But now I have to take this one to eat. He plays at biting Mina and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper. He waves and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals. New direction discovered. +1 drive. Help Lem work. If Lem wants to leave on the sidetrail horizon, he'll need someone to watch Mina while he works his way under the construction crew. Watch Mina while Lem works. And then do it again. I did once already. What the hell? Side drill assembly. You have been promoted to the assembly team working on the hull itself, wielding the fabricated blocks of ship into place. A vast job. Yeah, looks like it. Is it safe though? No, it's dangerous. Well, I'll lose condition if I do a bad job there, so let's just not. Basically what I'm saying, this guy is still gonna take time. This dock is ready, but again it's dangerous, so I'm not really interested. I have money now. He still hasn't made up his tab. That's good. You can play the damn exchange if you want. But I'm not interested in doing a 3 there. We overlook bar, we can get a drink. Become a regular at the bar. Oh wait, there it is. Lem and Mina's unit. Shipyard workers assignment. Okay. Ticket out. Lem can't work shifts in the shipyard unless someone watches Mina. You two seem to get along last time and Lem is desperate. Unless Lem gets time in the shipyard, he won't qualify for the side drill crew lottery. Watching Mina gives him that chance. Okay, this is a 1, so it's like a very low chance to work. Okay, well, what about this? Is there anything I can do here? Ooh, another Yatagan agent has popped up. I can't do anything there. Can't do anything here either. Well, this isn't good. Those two are unusable. Another Yatagan agent is here as well. Okay, so we can hack for money. Arvanj data. Who the hell wants Arvanj data? I can get it. There you go. Here is some Harvanj data. Anyone who wants Harvanj data, come see me. Just like I got some of it. Do you want Harvanj data? No, but you will pay for ship mind fragments. The only thing you want is a damn ship mind. You also want a damn ship mind. Everyone wants a ship mind. You know what? What does this do? I have money right now. Plus an energy, overlook regular. Okay, there you go. I'll do it again. It does energize me a bit. And I'll become a regular. There you go. 3 drinks. And I'm a regular now. Who do I meet? What the hell? A favored haunt for spacers. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey haunt, the spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? I'm just gonna ignore him. You hunch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar surface. A hand falls on your shoulder, but you flinch away as it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Tala, owner of the Overlook. Out! The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into hard vacuum. Telling the other guy to get out. Yeah, because I didn't say anything. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Catch. You reach up a hand and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. No. Through the haze of glass and yellow vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto the stool. Broken glass rattles as it is cleared and a fresh measure of Girol is lugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound and someone places a bottle of alcohol and a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. He disinfects them and then turns to you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the sting of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. I'll watch her. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time tapping the tweezer tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. Tala smiles to herself. So you've been on the eye long? Long enough. She laughs. Hey, you don't need to act tough with me. A splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars may be. They fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place. Trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. Look at that. We got a haven. I know the rations we got aren't much and the company is, she leans in, limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar. And if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You will be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, sleeper. Here. She slides a glass of Girol to you. This will help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. She laughs. Just don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does, and before long is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dynamic actions. She gestures in your direction and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the Girol. The earthly fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old feels good. Okay, so what does that mean though? I can take a bar shift. Tala is as good as her word and happy to throw a shift or two your way. The pay isn't great, but tips can make all the difference. Okay, so it's risky still, so I can still lose energy on it. But it is what it is. I did get it. She needs days. This guy needs day. Everyone needs time, man. End the cycle. I'm out here dying. Everyone needs time to do other things. That's a pretty damn good roll, I would say. Couple of things we could do. One of those things, because we're still waiting for this. It's still 2 days there. He'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully, get it on my damn tracker. The bar is still filling up. Yeah, she's working. We also have to explore low end. Low ender. Low end's residence and facilities. Or I can do this. It is safe. So that means I should put low dice in there. See what I can get. Because I'm not good at engage. But let's try. We'll put low dice in. Again, it is safe. Negative outcomes, so just one ticket out. Negative. Okay, I keep getting negative outcomes. Negative outcome. Wow, okay. It's not good, eh? I can get plus plus or plus. We'll do a continue again tomorrow. Put the low numbers in there. The high numbers can go in here. Because this is dangerous. What else can I do? I mean, I can do other things, but like I'm already working on this, so. Plus, this is engineer, so it does help me out. 15 cryo plus plus sidereal and a free scrap. Plus 15 cryo plus sidereal horizon. So still getting money, still making scrap. Scrap which can quite easily be sold too. Right at this place, we'll just sell our scrap. Rack up a good amount of monies. Look at that, 183 scrap. Very nice. I can buy stuff. I can also just reach the greenway. You know what? Let's go to the greenway. I'll pay the toll. Founders Ferry access. There you go. Greenway transit. Take the ferry to Founders Gap to the greenway. Oh, greenway, overgrown biosphere. As you step out into the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. What the hell is she? Stubborn XPR spacer. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer, laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring to respond. Excuse me? She squints at you, shaking her head before setting off down the corridor. She thought I was someone else. Great. And we also have Picky. Cautious another bounty hunter, I guess. I'm sorry for her. A second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. Tell her to be careful. They laugh. Does she look like someone who can be told? Peaky, as she stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she is rushing to. Peaky raises her eyebrows at you. Ish, please, do you want everyone on the station to hate us? Ishi hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got out. We got through before they set up the damn cordon. Cordon? Peak gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. This station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. Ishi sighs. I'm not saying they are part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I am saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Can I help? Picky smiles slyly. See, Eshi, help. Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Picky, as she rolls her eyes. Picky ignores her. We are with the refugees, the ones Havanj have cordoned off from entering the station. Ishi interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while the right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peak sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there and they turn to Eshi. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Ishi interrupting, but Ishi turns away, her burning anger as palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Peaky finishes. That's terrible. Ishi looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peaky, please. Ishi gathers herself and the supplies. Ishi, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us, we need others too. They smile at her. So they are both helping the refugees. Peaky turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the broken spoke, past the greenway in the water, in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. Ishi turns to leave and Peaky follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Ishi shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear down the corner, Ishi already picking up speed as Peaky calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. New drive discovered. Founder's Ferry. I can again ride. The gap, okay. So what's going on here in cyberspace? Greenway Gate. It's Lord Greenway Cipher. The entire Greenway is locked down, shrouded in dark cloud shifting currents. What is happening here? I can get in, but ain't gonna be easy. Oh, this is the climbing briar. This is the wastes. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Greenway, overgrown biosphere. Going green. Map the pathways. Rather than simply trash through the undergrowth, you might sketch a map of this overgrown jungle, try to better navigate its hazards, or walk the greenway. The simplest way to explore the greenway is simply pick a path and set off into its twisting chambers and passages. This carries obvious risk. I get going green. Yeah, I know. Flotilla aid. If Ishi and Peak need help gathering supplies for the refugee flotilla quarantined past the waste, will you help them? I don't know, will I? Hypa commune, self-sustaining community. You can become a Hypa member. Work the canteen. Newcomers to the commune can work within the canteen, preparing and serving food for those who make the compound their home. Or I can work the grow beds. The grow beds are the heart of the commune, feeding the members and fueling their lab work. You are invited to assist maintaining them. Become a member. It's all of it is a lot of work. The wastes, ruined agricultural thing. Gather scrap. I can just get scrap. Out here at the edge of the habitable part of the eye, everything is scrap. The trick is finding components that are still usable and staying safe. Yeah, I can't do all of this. And this is the climbing briar. Welcome to episode Flux. Episode Flux is the first of 3 episodic updates to Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of the refugee flotilla which has arrived at the Eye. All 3 episodes, Flux, Refuge and Purge, are now available. Completing the Deliver Spores action will begin the episode, but be aware that it is intended for late game play. Ishi asked you to bring supplies, and fragrant eye-grown grill cap seems like the perfect thing to impress her. This is a late game thing, so don't do it immediately. I see. But this is like the last part of the area, a new area. So I don't think I need to be here right now, is the thing. Right, I can always continue doing this. I might do it tomorrow. There is also exploring the spoke, which I guess I could, and exploring the low end, which also I guess I could. Not going to immediately, but I definitely could. I could also now work at the bar. The Overlook Landel can be a tough crowd, but you have Tala's backing and that means a lot. Yeah, are the things cheaper now? Nope. Most definitely not. And here we can always buy scrap. Well, I'm not interested in that right now. Instead, we'll take a sleep. And he should be back, and hopefully I can get rid of my damn tracker. Oh, good rolls, good rolls. Yes, Harden. Feng's Bay, Havan Systems Builder. It's been more than a few cycles since Feng confronted Harden, and the silence since has been noticeable. In your time with Feng, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Havanj building, then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Havan's security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Approach. As you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Feng's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. It's freaking Harden. You again. Harden is there. leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely noticed him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Predictably, further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Where is he? Feigning ignorance, or perhaps just abandoned? Arden shakes his head. I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you. Arden pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around at the stacks of hardware, spying on fellow Hervange members, hoarding Solheim materials and obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? I'm staying silent. Nothing to add. He looks up at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We are the ones that provide the oxygen and you are breathing. The light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy and strength to stop the eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed, not blind conviction or self-interest. Feng isn't selfish. I know all about the background of our mutual friend Sleeper. Don't you worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he is trying to do to the institution they helped found. I still think you're lying, but whatever. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. And Erlin and the first union founded this place, and Hervange has welded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Hervange aren't a gang like Yatagan. We aren't pirates like half the spacers you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those hyper-radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. Harden, you shithead. History will catch up with you. I'll just stay silent. If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Harden turns his back and walks towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks, a crumpled hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card, and scrawled onto it a speech bubble reading, Take me to Tambor. Hand-printed box of it's a hint or something, I'll take it. You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, and then turn away, just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have they done with Feng, and where the hell is Tambor? Bro. Feng said he will disable your SP now tracker if you get to the bottom of his mystery first. Right, well now we have to pay him as well, right? How can someone drink this much in 6 cycles? Ethan hasn't held back while he's been in the compressor. You have 2 cycles to pay the tab. He calls it being fair-minded. Great. What the hell is this? The grinning penguin says, Take me to Tambor. ROUBMAT? Nope, that doesn't make any sense. He's still working on that. I can work on a ticket out at least, so. What about hacking anything? There are agents and that's it. I don't really care about hacking agent stuff right now. It gives me barely any money. If I want money, I'll just do something else. Play traveler, block maintenance, nah. For now, we'll continue being there. Again, it's a safe action, so I can put my low dice in here. Ooh. Okay. If I do it well, though, I get energy too. Interesting. Neutral, there you go. I got more energy back. Wow. And this should do it. Positive outcome. Plus energy and a ticket out. So there you go. I finished his ticket out. Lem, shipyard worker. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You are perched at a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and her drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with stick figure standing along its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Asks Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Girol from under the bar, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. Thin bar in the main room, not outside the house. Okay, sure. Lem nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, and you drink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side rail. He grins broadly. Clearly, he has been desperate really all cycle. Amazing. Lem holds up his drink. Couldn't have done it without you, keeping an eye on little meanie back here. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen much of her these past cycles. She misses her father. Lem looks away. Yeah, he says to no one in particular. The silence stretches out as Lem takes a drink, his eyes fixed on the bedroom door. You okay? He nods. I can't take all the credit for Meena. She isn't actually mine. He gazes into the middle distance. Not actually her father. I pulled her off a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was failing apart from decades after Solheim was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Meena was on decompressed halfway there, everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapons locker. She was ice cold when I reached her, purple lips. He shivers. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let her go. The medics treated her with me, still clinging to her. He takes a drink, still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand? We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Meena, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. If he was a military soldier, he was a soldier, okay. Private military, the militia, like a freaking, what are they called? Mercenary, there you go. Hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. You saved her. I am going to sound like an idiot now, but he sighs. She saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around the decaying unit. It's stained, plastic plating and flickering lights. Me. I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes, dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? The sidereal will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? You'll make it. Sorry, I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us are on the team now. Both of us in with a chance. Together. That's right, we hold on together. Imagine all three of us riding the sidereal horizon out of here to a new world. I mean, I will need a lot of medicine for that, for sure. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank this too fast. He laughs. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. See you around. Alright then, he catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it, from both of us. He pats your shoulder and you slip out into the dark of the walkway with thoughts of little Meena in your mind. Boom, drive complete. +1 upgrade point. Good robot. Helped a friend, had fun. Helped a friend and had fun with Bun Bun. Great. Okay, boom. So I'm no longer horrible at engage. I'm 0. I'm okay. Not good, but not like insanely horrible as I was before. We can continue working here. This gives us money. Alternatively, the oat exchange and the oat fabricator is what I unlocked, not by the other one. Do you know anything about this? No. Come on, Girol. Yeah, we only have 2 days. We need to make money. We can explore low end, explore the spire, and explore things over there as well. But over there we can wait, I think. We can play Travila. Let's play. What do we get when I play Travila? Plus low ender and like a little bit of money. Like barely anything, but still something. Okay. Maybe I can focus on that later, now that I'm done with their quest, right? Oh, Mini G Express Noodle Factory and Delivery. Oh, there you go. Noodle manufacture. Min G has a kelp stack in the basement and he makes noodles from the seaweed. Doesn't pay much, but he'll feed anyone who does a shift. Okay, so I can spend for money. Or express delivery. Delivering noodles to the nameless units of low end takes guts and a certain fearlessness when it comes to asking for tips. So I got this by exploring low end just once. Wow, okay. That is something. Could do more. Alternatively, if I really just want money, this is where I go to earn money. Boom, 15 cryo, side horizon is working. We have 54. Yeah, how much does he have to pay? I have to pay 54 exactly. The bar. 58. Okay, well I need another day then, asshole. Sleep. The ship will come in here, the ship will come in here, that's fine. I need a lot more money though. I'm going to do all of these. Is there more to do here? Okay, I can become a good at service and get more money, I guess. Okay. Eh. We'll go back to our empty container, end the cycle. You lose 2 energy, lose 1 condition. We're fine, we're holding ourselves together. We do need a lot more money. Oh, what the hell are these rolls, bro? They're terrible. I mean, I can use the 1. I can get, again, Harvanj data. I don't know what to do with that. Another Harvanj agent is here. This is Yatakan, right? Yeah. So I can grab Yatakan data and get stuff there. Keynote, there's 2 Yatakan agents and 2 Harvanj agents. Alright, well. And I can then sell it here, but I get like barely anything. I can sell this, but I shouldn't do that. Predictive reasoning, I can do more of this. Oh, Sabine. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Sabine's thing is done, right? 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. I check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You close it again. Check the terminal. You check and double check. You check and double the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing, just a pale glow, the silence. Okay, wait then. You try to settle down to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock on the door. Open it. Oh god, it's Rabila, loyal Yatagan lieutenant. A figure stands in the door and immediately you know it's not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape like a stubby baton hangs loosely from their hand. Our local sleeper, good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Waiting for a friend? Nothing? Stay silent. I'm waiting for a friend. Of course, a mutual friend of ours, the good doctor. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. And I suppose you are here to help? No, I'm here for medicine. What then, an opportunist? Even better. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole, and here you are, the help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owner, she pauses. Espen Corp. I mean, I figured, right? That's how she knew so much about it. Espen Arp. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabaya looks away, waiting for a response. Prove it. Happily, she crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. The spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see SPNR letterheads and code forms. Reports laden with medical data marked with a corporate logo like the sigil of some cult. Reba steps away from the terminal. Look all you want, some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an SNRP employee, why did they help you? He feels guilty about creating you. Rabah reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light. It's viscous clear liquid crystalline with the glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicine even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment, you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshido to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Does he know how to run a surgery? I thought he's just a freaking muscle. Rabaya closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at his side. We have to retrieve our asset, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabaya turns on her way out. There is no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I have an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. He slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Drive complete plus upgrade point. So she just ran away. Wow. You don't know where Sabine has gone. Did they escape Yatagans or it doesn't seem to be over? She could have just run away somewhere. Okay, what should I focus on? Self-repair. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. Agent nodes give double data rewards. I can get photosynthetic skin, but energy hasn't really been an issue. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Instant karma. Reroll all your dice once per cycle. Thrill seeker. A chance to gain energy after any engage action. Or I can wait and try to get this and then +2. I think thrill seeker makes sense. That'll ensure I have no big problems with energy. And I can also get this later. Rabia's office. Lieutenant's office. A constant flow of people seem to be visiting Rabia's office. You need to wait your turn. 2 days. Wow. She is indeed busy. Okay, we gotta pay our dues here. And this dispensary has become cheaper. Toshido now runs a dispensary out of the block. He eyes you as you approach. This is a sign of Sabine. It's now 80. Alright. Ships will be coming in soon. Continue to do work there. The Ambigris still needs a damn ship mind. I still need like money. Can continue to explore low end if I really want to. We're gonna put like a 3 in there and make it a 4. Block, do maintenance, get energy. But if I want to really become a low ender, I should do this. Play Travila. Total outcome +1 low ender plus. Oh, well, I lost cryo. What the hell? Well, that's garbage. Okay, I gotta work my ass off. Risky, but I didn't get any big dice here, so positive outcome and a random scrap item. I do love that. Put my other 4 in there too. Let's put in some shifts. Positive outcome, more Sidereal Horizon, more money. We only got 1 random scrap, which can like very easily just be sold here. Go. That fills me up with money. Over to. Oh, look at this. We got something else. Every time we explore, we get another thing. Gabor Tea House. Yatagan run tea house. Tracking Harvanj. We've heard that Yatagan enforcer based here has been paying low-end residents for information on Harvanj movements. Or we can go to the Twala room. The Twala room in the Tambor houses some of the best players in the low end. This is serious, high stakes only play. 24 cryo, huh? For into it. You feel stupid doing this, but the penguin says take me to Tambor. And this is the only Tambor you can find. Tambor treehouse. Yeah, I should go there then. But I'll do it next time. Right? And I also have like, I mean I can at least start doing this. We can sell Harvanj data that we have. 10 cryo, eh? It is something. The TIA's enforcer signals for a hacker to come out for their upload. Their eyes widen as the data streams into their system. There you go. I mean, it's a little bit of money. 133. I can definitely come here and pay him off. There you go. Pay Ethan Stab. Ethan Stab. As you hand over the chits, you hear Ethan laughing hysterically somewhere down the bar. I can't believe he just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across it in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle the place is packed. A load of spacers mixing with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass on the bar. Or they go spend their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. I'm done. Wrong, not even close. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we are even. Sleeper, come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from his chest holder. What's wrong with you? Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. You think this is on me? I'd think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all works. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with Espen Arp, didn't we? The difference is that my word, my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You think you could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? You don't understand. It's you, Sleeper, that doesn't understand. Some of us pay back our debts, but it's all the harder because of idiots like you. Though I should thank you, Ethan nods, his head heavy, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in that general direction without turning around. Shoot me or let me leave. Oh, I see. Toughening up here. He gestures widely at the crowd. Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks. Most turn back to their drinks, no longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back towards the bar. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. The thing is, Sleeper, I can't find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and drowns the contents. So please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. Look at yourself. Give it up, Sleeper. I'm done teaching you for today. He settles his head on the bar and closes his eyes. I'm sick of you. Go find a job. You turn on your heel and are out the glowing dark and the sweet stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Drive complete, +1 upgrade point. So he's just done. Track the past. No. Survive. Pay Ethan's tab. You paid Ethan's tab, but your troubles with his bounty hunter seems far from over. Well, whatever. I don't care. I just got an upgrade point. Boom. From being -1, I went to being +1 on engage. Still have to pay his tab. Ethan's back at the bar, still drinking. How much longer can this go on? Much longer, I think. Okay. Well, I'll save up here and see you in the next one.